pyramid on the moor, though many are unsure what it's for. Rumours fly of it hiding nuclear weapons or spying on extraterrestrial life. It is in fact the UK and US's ballistic missile early warning system. But in an old outbuilding at the foot of the radar lies a treasure trove of its history.
Probably the main focus of what the project's...
Dr. Michael Mulvihill became a doctor by studying Fylingdales. Now he's back to try to make sense of the jumble of ancient objects which tell the story of its Cold War past.
It's quite a large task. I think when I was first invited up, I kind of massively underestimated the scale of the archive. I think my expectation had been sort of an archive of newspaper clippings, some photographs. So it was quite overwhelming to see that there was, you know, the machinery that literally ran the radar, that there are thousands of photographs of the site being constructed. There's training manuals, hundreds of maintenance manuals. Yeah, we saw all that out.
Media Communications Officer Flight Lieutenant Rich Weeks has started looking through some of the archive with Michael and made some interesting discoveries.
September 1965. During the pigeon racing season, many exhausted and hungry pigeons have been found on the station. In their spare time, personnel of the equipment squadron have constructed a coop for those unfortunate birds where they are fed and rested before being released to continue their journey. As a result of some publicity, considerable interest has been shown by pigeon fanciers who are anxious to know the whereabouts of their lost pigeons. To date, 9 pigeons have been returned to their owners. 1965. Amazing. That's pretty cool.
The Cold War lasted from 1946 to 1989, so it's only really just now that we're finding the complete picture. As the Official Secrets Act lapses and reveals more, we're gaining more of an understanding, and you know, this project will really contribute massively to that understanding.
We've got so many artefacts. This is one of our oldest artefacts, and this is the original radome from 1963. And as you can see, honeycombed, very unusual, but probably the most unusual thing about it is that inside it's just stuffed with cardboard. And this, back in the 60s, this was state-of-the-art technology. We have moved on since then, but at the time, this was it. And the idea was it would be able to protect the radomes that were inside there, and it did a pretty good job of that.
Another object under investigation will be this, a machine to counter attempts to jam the radar by Soviet trawlers in the North Sea. It was built by Radio Corporation of America, RCA, better known as the record label that brought us ABBA and David Bowie, in the same factory and at the same time as the modern synthesizer was developed.
It seems possible that this crossed over with RCA's very first music synthesizer, which was derived from the same radio jamming technologies. So we're going to see if there's any crossovers between who worked on the machines, or whether there was the same design team involved in the music synthesizer with electronic countermeasures on the North Yorkshire moors, which is quite exciting.
I come down here sometimes and there's so much to do. I get overawed with the amount of work that needs to be done. But you know, once you get into looking through the archive and researching bits and pieces, it's incredibly interesting. It's going to be a tremendous one once we get it up and running.
The first challenge is to work out what to do with all the stuff. The high security of Fylingdales makes it impossible to create a museum on site, but some may be loaned to museums elsewhere, and eventually the documents and photos will all be digitised for the public to explore. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.